Okay, folks, we need to talk about Bobby Lee because his world is about to crumble. Marc Maron was just on his podcast and he exposed him big time. For those of you that don't know, Bobby Lee is a longtime stand-up comedian, but most people don't know that he actually started off his career with a fake name and a fake race. That's right, Bobby Lee originally was going by Robert Rodriguez, and he was pretending to be Hispanic to fit in, I guess, and to get more views. So this man was pretending to be Hispanic for about 10 years. He went by Robert Rodriguez, and he was an opener for Carlos Mencia, and people have speculated that, maybe Carlos made him do that, but that's not true. Bobby started going by Robert Rodriguez long before he ever met Carlos Mencia, who also goes by a fake name. These guys are both known for the same thing. Carlos Mencia's real name is Ned something. These are both two men who decided to fake their careers entirely, and at least in Bobby Lee's case, when he realized it's not working out as this fake Mexican comic, he changed it up and he said, "I'm Korean now," even though Bobby Lee is actually Chinese. And these things, I know, to people who don't know Bobby Lee, maybe you don't care, maybe this doesn't matter to you, but this is actually a big deal because all of his comedy is based on his race, which he keeps changing. For the last 7 years, he's said he's Korean, and he has had, everyone knows the show Tigerbelly with his sister Kalila, and they have this long-term joke that they've hooked up, and there's all this, they make very inappropriate jokes for brother and sister, and these people, they live in a world of lies. They change their race every day. They change their age. They change their sex. They change their name. They have other whole lives and careers. They have secret families, usually these kinds of people. They've done a lot of horrific things. And in the case of Bobby Lee, his father was actually the creator of the Ritz cracker. And what this means is Bobby was raised incredibly rich. He was given everything he wanted. And the problem that happens with a lot of these kids that are raised hyper rich like this, these cracker kid families, is they don't want to be associated with their Nabisco fathers. They don't want to be associated with these brands. They don't want people to know that actually someone's been paying for everything the whole way. So they really distance themselves. This guy is seriously rich, and he has some serious power in politics, in everything. He's just playing this character and we don't know why. No one really knows why someone this rich and powerful would get off on pretending to be a comedian and just, floating around the Comedy Store for years. It doesn't really make sense. But it's all about to end because Marc Maron was just on Tigerbelly and he called him out. He said, "Do you remember when you went by Robert Rodriguez?" And Bobby Lee freezes up, and you can see the look in Bobby Lee's face, knowing that this information can't get out there. Bobby Lee doesn't want you to know that he pretended to be Mexican for many years and pretended his name was Robert Rodriguez. Look it up. You want to know why there's no flyers or there's no images of Bobby Lee doing stand-up before 2010? It's because he used to go by Robert Rodriguez. And there's plenty of images of him. If you look up the name Robert Rodriguez, there's plenty of images that are clearly Bobby Lee. So this guy is an absolute liar. He's absolutely insane. And one of the craziest allegations that has just recently come out about him is that he makes people eat his poop. And I know this sounds truly insane, but this is what the news. This just hit the newsstands, okay, guys? So don't blame me for this crazy story. But apparently, he makes employees. He makes anyone who he can subjugate to this power. This power threshold, he forces them to eat a tiny amount of his poop, and he claims that it's some kind of bonding thing. But obviously he's tricking these people into eating his poop. He's tricking them, and it's a power play. He wants to have some kind of power over them. He wants every employee to look at him and look him in the eyes and know that you've eaten my poop. And that's the kind of guy Bobby Lee is, and it's all about to crumble. Mark my words, by next week, Bobby Lee, he's not only canceled, he's moving out of the country. Trust me on this one. Bobby Lee is a total bitch. Alright guys, let me know who you want me to cover next. I've been doing these incredible deep dives. No one else has the information that I have. I have it all. So let me know in the comments who you want me to cover next.